Hello, welcome to this week's episode of United by Red. We haven't just spent 10 minutes trying to set up cameras and having a total meltdown, which if you're watching this visually, he's still moving the camera as we speak.
I'm
If
sweating.
it zooms
I've been working that
inside
hard.
his
This is
nostrils
the hardest
at any
I've
point,
worked in
we
2
can't do
years.
anything about it. But there we go. It wouldn't be us if there wasn't some sort of random nonsense happening at some point during us trying to record this. So, I think
Right, sweat on.
we'll start where we always start, I think. Premier League. Early game was Tottenham versus Manchester
Typical
United.
early game, weren't it? Bit of a damp squid for most
But
of it. The first half was
kind of-
horrendous, wasn't it?
I mean, I've only seen the highlights, but it became exciting at the end when you
It
decided
became exciting, yeah. It was like the first 45 minutes was just, yeah, it was a non-event, really. Nobody really. I think Man United had one shot and scored. Tottenham might have had two shots. I don't think any of them went on goal. It was really poor. Yeah, I mean, it's a game that at the end when could have gone either way. We've managed to be 1-0 up the last two weekends, be 2-1 down and get a draw. We ended up with 10 men, which was a bit of a disaster, nearly cost us a point in the end. Yeah, just a bit of a scrappy game. I think kind of funny to say this, but glad it's the international break. Give us a bit of a reset now and come back, hopefully, and go kick on till Christmas. But yeah, a bit of a rubbish game, to be fair.
At least you've gone into the international break, though, unbeaten in 5, which is probably the best run you've had in 3
We
years.
could have quite easily won the game. Probably should have won. I mean, Sesko has a bit of a, I'm not saying it's a sitter, but a great chance to score. Ends up not taking a shot and getting injured. I mean, just sums him up right now, doesn't it? Doesn't get his shot off, gets tackled, and ends up leaving the pitch. We're down to 10 men. So we're a shot away from going 2-1 up and probably winning the game. And the next minute, we're 2-1 down with 10 men. It was like, yeah, it couldn't, it just flipped on its head totally. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think a draw away at Tottenham is particularly a bad result at all, any time this season. So, yeah, I'm not, like I say, I thought the Forest game was probably the one where we've let ourselves down a little bit. We should have gone there and beat them. 4 wins and a draw, I think we'd have been really happy. But yeah, we were undefeated in 5. At the minute, we don't look like losing. I can't say that I've watched United over the last 5 games, maybe a few more, since the Brentford game, and thought we look like losing. We don't. I'm not saying we're amazing, and I'm not saying we're going to win them all, but we don't look like we don't look like we're going to get turned over by anyone, and we don't look like losing. So I think it's a massive turnaround for us. It's only a small turnaround, but right now, 5 weeks of progress for us.
What there hasn't been progress on, and this is true across all games that I've seen yesterday. So we had a total of 5 Premier League fixtures yesterday. I've seen the highlights of every one of them.
Yeah,
nobody, to a man, to a team, to a club, can defend at all in any way, shape, or form. You've got nobody can mark. I mean, your first, both goals, nobody's picking up the man at the back post at all.
No.
You've got Wolves 3-0 down, playing out from the back again.
Thought you'd like that.
I mean, you've got an interim manager stood there going, "Oh, we've got some players. We've got the structure to stay up." You haven't. You can't kick a ball 4 yards. You aren't staying up. You've got 2 points in 11 games, and you're pissing about with the ball 20 yards from your own goal and losing it. You've got
Sunderland did the same for the Arsenal.
Yep.
Second, I want to say it was. Saka goal, first goal. I don't know which one it was. One of them, anyway. They did the
Burnley,
same.
West Ham, 2 of West Ham's goals. The goalkeeper, I have got no idea what the hell you are doing. He's flapped at one. He's dropped another. Defenders are stood watching him. It's like, can we just do basic football for a week? Where goalkeepers save, defenders defend, and we'll build from that. Fulham were ransacked by Everton. It only ended 2-0.
Did Everton score 5?
Yeah, Everton scored 5.
Disallowed.
Yeah, they got 3 disallowed. And again, most of them are coming from crosses into the box. The 3 that were disallowed are all from crosses. Nobody to a team can defend right now.
No,
I don't understand it. I don't get the concept of what we're doing. Why have we stopped teaching defenders how to defend as a basic principle of football?
It's all about
It's,
playing football now, isn't it? It's all
but
about
defending is playing football. Surely.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, basically, what they want is they want 6 midfielders, a sort of defensive midfielder in goal, and 3 lads up front. That's basically what teams play now, don't they?
I mean, I suppose
Most
I'm probably
goalkeepers can't actually catch the ball or
I'm
save a shot. Fantastic with
overly
feet.
biased because I was a defender for 10 years. But I just look at it and I want to pull my hair out, and I'm starting to recede as it is. If I start pulling it out, it's going to happen a lot faster.
It's horrendous. It's embarrassingly bad as well, isn't it? Yeah. It's almost like Sam Allardyce, Sean Dyche, and the likes of them would just walk into a club and be mortified, wouldn't they? I mean, even
absolutely.
more modern day. I mean, Arsene Wenger, the 1-0 to they knew how to defend. I mean, Man United have always known how to defend. We've always played with a solid back four, and defenders have defended. You look at United's defenders over the years; they've always been big, strong, powerful defenders. Vidic's and Ferdinand's and Palace's and Bruce's and LeBlanc. All these players were always great defenders. Arsenal did the same. I don't know. I'm blaming Pep because I think it's his style of football that's caused it, and it's everyone else's fault for following.
Yeah.
You know, if a guy jumps off a cliff, do you just follow him? No. Why are we all playing the same style of football? Why have we all decided that the only way to play is the way Pep Guardiola says? What happens if Pep Guardiola retires tomorrow? We're all just going to retire because we don't know what to do. We've stopped coaching, haven't we? We've stopped developing and coaching, and it's all about playing football and trying to look amazing on a football pitch. And 10 out of the 11 teams tend to look idiots most of the time. I mean, Wolves are possibly one of the worst sides I've watched in a while. They're not only bad structurally and football-wise, but then they think they're better than they are, i.e. Burnley last season, playing this lovely tippy-tappy football 4 yards from their own goal line and just keep conceding goals. I mean, I said it yesterday, Manchester United, somebody put a stat saying Man United played more long balls than anyone in the Premier League. But we're kicking the ball long from the goalkeeper now. That's why. And nobody else is. So we're going to have more long balls, aren't we? Yesterday, every time Lennon's got the ball, we just went long and got it out of our area. We're not messing about. And it's kind of, teams need to go back to that, especially your Wolves and your teams that are struggling. Just get the ball 70 yards from your goal. They're not going to score from up there. They're just not. You know, it just doesn't make any sense at all that you've got defenders that aren't that good playing with the ball. They're having the most touches of anyone. Wolves defenders are having most touches out of anyone on the pitch, and they're their worst players. It's like, how is that? You know, even you don't need to be much of a football man to understand that's not a great tactic.
And the other problem they've got is certain teams are now changing the way they attack. So, like you say, you've got the odd team playing a bit more long ball football. Long throws are back. People putting more balls into the box. You've just got defenders that just look utterly lost. They don't know how to pick up a man. They don't know how to be right side.
Feet, don't they? They want ball to feet. If the ball's in the air, it's almost, well, we didn't learn this. So what do we do when the ball's in the air? Type thing. You know, if ball's coming to feet and they can play a little cute pass, they're fantastic. They've got a tracker man or marker man or tackle a man or head it or, you know, going. I mean, there was who was it that tried to block the ball yesterday? One of the defenders came. It was the Fulham midfielder who used to play for Sheffield United. And he comes out to block the Everton shot. And you know, like when you were, I don't know, back in the day, shall I say, they'd throw themselves at the ball, wouldn't you? You'd go hell for leather, you'd flat, and he sort of like takes 2 steps out and stands like that and turns sideways. And I went, we're not going to block a ball like that, are you? Why aren't you full length? Why aren't you flying out to him to block him? And he sort of like stumbled forward a little bit and then just stood there and it went in net. And I was like, that's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic attempt. You know, if you look at some of the big, you look at the big defenders, if they saw that, they'd have lost their mind if they'd have seen you do that on a football pitch. It was just such a pathetic attempt to block a football. And I was like, that just sums it all up, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I watched all the highlights this morning and I've literally gone through each game and just sat there, and at no point now do you appreciate any of it being good football, because you look at it on, there's always somebody that's done something stupid for the reason why we've conceded a goal.
Yeah, it's
Like,
almost
so
like when they say, were they great or were the others rubbish? And it's almost like, are the attackers that much better now or are the defenders that poor? I mean, you look at like, there was talk about is Salah one of the best in the world right now, but you look back to, Henry and Rooney and Ronaldo's time, they were playing against world-class defenders who could defend and still putting the numbers up that they are. I'm not being funny now, but some of these players aren't even, they're playing against bang average midfielders playing at right back. It's like, it's almost impossible for them not to look good, isn't it? It's like,
yeah.
I mean, Garnacho looked fantastic against Wolves yesterday, and I haven't seen him pull a single tree up since he went to Chelsea. He looked like a world beater, but nobody will marking him, so he will do.
It's just, I don't. Somebody just needs to get hold of football and go, let's just go back to basics, start again, because all this is just not working for the majority of teams that are playing football. Yes, you've got your odd team. Arsenal, for the most part,
will always be a winner,
what
they're doing. There'll always be a team that wins the league, and you'll say it worked for them, but for everyone else, it didn't work, did it?
No, and it's going to work. And Wolves have sacked another manager and nearly rehired Gary O'Neill until he turned them down, which tells you everything you need to know about that club.
I don't know how many times I need to say this to people, but sacking your manager is not going to change anything. I mean, I think I've said it for 51 out of 51 episodes now, so it's not going to change anything. Wolves will not be any better next week than they were this week. You know why? Because it's the same fucking 11 players that are going to go on the pitch. They're not changing. The manager does not dictate the result of the game. Yes, he sets up tactically, but the same 11 idiots are out there running around like headless chickens or shit at football. They're going to lose. It's just not changing anything. If you want to change your fortunes, change the idiots you're putting on the pitch. Put a different 11 people out and you might have a chance. It's just not going to change. Stop changing your manager. It's just a stupid idea and it's costing people. How much has Wolves spent on paying managers off?
I dread to think.
We hope they've not got afterpay or something that they pay them all. I'll have on drip. We all got them on Chucky. And I'll have all right payments going out every month. They're just, how many managers? I mean, didn't they go through like 10 managers in 10 years at one bit? I mean, they've literally gone through managers like Watford did. They go through like 2 managers a season, don't they, at a minute? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, the guy from Middlesbrough looks like he's going to take over, and I don't see him seeing out the season. Yeah, Rob Edwards is going to come in.
It would be, and if he does, he'll get relegated and get sacked at the end of the season. And it's almost like, I don't understand why you've sacked him for you going down. Was it his fault when he took you over bottom of the league and you were shit? Have you got any worse? Can you get, if you've got 2 points from 11 games, if from the next 20 odd games you've only got 4 points, then fine. But you've not got any worse, have you? You're just as shit as you were when he took over. So why sack him?
Yeah,
it's not going to end. It's not like he's going to end the season with -5, is he? You can't get worse than you are now. You're literally the worst team in the league and one of the worst in the country. Don't sack him. Just stick with him. Give him 2 or 3 seasons to start to put something together. It's just mind-blowing how stupid these owners are.
Oh, it really is. And it's not going to, doesn't seem to be going to change anytime soon, does it? We're just repeating the same thing over and over again.
Definition of insanity, isn't it? Repeat the same thing over and over and expect a different result. But employ a manager was shit. Sack him and play another manager was shit. Sack him and play another manager was shit. It's not changing this, is it? I don't mind. Just sack him and get another one in. And I'm like, maybe have a different approach to how you pick your players or where you buy your players from, or whether you use youth players or whether you buy, ready-made players. Try something else. Don't just keep sacking guys because it's obviously not working, is it?
So since May 2021, Wolves have had, this will be their 6th manager. So they sacked, Santo left in May 21. Then Bruno Lage left in October 22. Julian Lopetegui left in August 23. Gary O'Neill left in December 24. And Pereira then left in November 2025.
So they're basically getting 1 year, aren't they? At best, 10 months.
It's not particularly going well.
And most of them, looking at them dates you're talking about, are not starting the season as the manager, are they? They're coming in mid-season, going through a season, getting to the end of a season, starting the next one and getting sacked again. They're not getting to start a season and see the full season out, as in start the season in September and be the manager at the end of the year and see what you've achieved in a period of time.
I don't get it. We're not going you're not going anywhere. You're not improving anything. I mean, so Pereira got 38 games. Lopetegui got 27.
It's a season.
Paul Lambert got 33, which was going back a while. Paul
saying
Lambert was
about
back there in
1995.
2017, so it's still within the last decade. I mean, in the last decade, they have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'll be on the 9th manager. Like you say, they're averaging one a year.
So I mean, that's enough statistics there to tell you that's not working. That's a big enough pool of information. So over the last 10 years, you've failed every time. And what have you done? Sacked your manager. So stop doing it. So it's not working. Do something else.
Because when you look at you've done it, Wolves have done it. Forest are now going to go down the path of doing it. Sheffield United have sacked the same manager 3 times and reemployed him 3 times.
It's just monk. Listen, there becomes a time when a manager leaves. For me, you give a manager a contract and he sees out his contract, unless there is such a bad thing happening at the club where it can't go on. But you give him a 3-year contract, you sit him in for 3 years. And what you do then is you embed somebody in the club that people know is not going anywhere. So these players don't have the power to just down tools for a couple of months and know another guy's coming in. You change the culture of your club. You know, Radcliffe's come out and said that Amarin's there for the next 3 years. Now, we all know that's probably a load of shit, but it's the right thing to be saying, because a few of these players who don't know where they're going to be, don't know what they're going to do, are now thinking, well, if he is here for 3 years, I'm fucked, aren't I? I've got to go and leave now, because I'm not just going to get this, or I'll get a new manager, tweet a few nice things about the new manager and get back in the team. That's what they've got to do. Come out and say, we're giving him a 3-year deal, he'll be here for 3 years. Unless he sets fire to somebody in the car park, we're not sacking him. So he's here. That's it. If you don't like him, go and watch another fucking club. Tough shit. He's here. We've employed him. We're going for it. Not this is just mad. I mean, they're saying talking about Thomas Franco he's only won 1 in 5 at home. And I'm like, what? They're going to sack him now? Tottenham going to sack another manager? They're not happy with this guy. They've won a trophy at last manager. Didn't like him. What can this guy do? I mean, how does he keep his job? I don't know what he has to do. He's literally got to win the Indian Premier League to keep the... I mean, how the fuck can he keep his job? He's not going to win a trophy. He's not.
Unlikely.
So is that a better season than last season? They're not good enough to win a trophy. So is it better? So does he get sacked then? I just don't understand the parameters of sacking somebody. It just doesn't make any sense. You get worse, but because you might finish 7th or you might finish 5th, oh, fantastic. Because you finish 5th, what? Won nothing. Is that what you do now as a football club? It's just finish up the further up the table, you're happier. Win nothing.
Apparently so. Apparently that's all you've got to do.
Looking at it. Football's about winning trophies and winning football games. Let's get over all this. We need to play beautiful football. We need to be scoring 9 goals a game and all this. Just win games and win trophies. Forget the rest, because the rest will just doesn't matter. It's inconsequential.
Yeah, but we've lost the basics of football when it's now just. But are we going to get to a point where managers are going to go, you know what, I'm not taking these jobs. Just not doing it.
The problem you've got is, or not the problem you've got, but a manager knows he's going to get paid a shitload of money.
True.
He's going to go in. People say, why would you take the Forest job? And I think, why wouldn't you? You know you're only going to have to work for 6 months, maximum, maybe only 3. And you know when you leave, he's going to hand you £1 million and see you off. I'll fucking take it, no problem. I don't care. I don't need job security. I just want the £1 million. Fuck the owner. So why wouldn't you take it? Wouldn't you? If you're a normal functioning human being, you just think, well, I'll go in, I'll ignore him for a bit. When he pisses me off, I'll just tell him he's a knobhead. He'll pay me off. I'll leave. I'll go on holiday. Boom. I mean, I can't see any problem with the job at all.
No, you've got a fair point, actually.
If you look at it from a normal function, yes, I understand managers want to succeed and they want to do better, but it don't matter in managerial world, does it? You get sacked one day and you get Bayern Munich job next day. I mean, how the fuck does that work? You get Burnley relegated, playing the worst football you've ever seen, and next minute you've got the Bayern Munich. Listen, he's doing great at Bayern Munich. I can't knock him, but the logic just doesn't add up, does it? The numbers just don't math. Burnley is shit. Manager's doing bad. He's playing shit football. Bayern Munich. All right, that's sensible. It's like flip a coin. Where can he go next? Oh, England job. Oh, I'll take that. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just so if you're a manager, just take every job they give you and just get paid and move on.
Are we at the stage now that none of football makes any sense? Literally, I mean, is there any part of the football?
Was it like last week or the week before? I just sometimes sit watching football and think, if somebody asked me to explain the game to them, I'm not sure I could. I'd have to ask ChatGPT to do it because I've got no fucking idea. I'm just in amazement at some of the stuff that goes on. And then you read stories after it and you're just like, Then what's Garnacho said? Something about his goal should be. I was going to read it to you, and I can't find. Oh, it's here. My goal against Karabag. I don't know who Karabag are. Should be nominated for the Puskás Award. I don't know what that is. Is that the greatest goal of the season award?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. It was amazing and against one of the best teams in Europe. It doesn't matter that we didn't win. I mean, if that doesn't sum up a retard in one sentence, what the fuck is that? Karabag, I don't know who they are. I have heard of them, but I don't know where they're from.
Nope.
One of the best teams in Europe. I mean,
Nope.
I didn't even know they're in Europe, unless only because Chelsea are playing them. And it doesn't matter if we win. What footballer can say that and be allowed to turn? And they wonder why they have to sack the manager when that's playing for them.
Everything about that statement is just wrong. There isn't a
You
part of
but
it
you've
that's
been a
correct.
manager and coming out and saying, I'm the best manager in the Premier League. I've just played against one of the best teams in Europe. I don't care if we didn't win. Imagine being a manager and saying that. You'd be shot, wouldn't you? In the street. Just beggars belief. Beggars belief that that's allowed to go on in football and no one. And I'm like, it's not even like it's. If Lionel Messi said it, you could possibly give him a little bit of leeway and think, well, he's one of the best players to ever play the game. This is just some idiot who thinks he's some superstar that he isn't. But
I can't. The sentence, it doesn't matter if we didn't win. Well, it kind of does because that's the point of football.
That's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter that you scored a good goal. That doesn't matter. Well done to you. Pat on the back. Bravo. Here's your bonus, your goal bonus, and your appearance bonus, and your personality bonus, and whatever else you get for playing football these days. But it does matter if you don't win. And if you don't beat Karabag in your Chelsea, I mean, I don't even know if they did or didn't win. I didn't even see the game. I just saw the comment and just thought, what an idiot. This is just ridiculous. I'm guessing they didn't win.
Well, if he says they didn't, but does he even know?
Does he even know whether they won or not? Doesn't sound like he's the most intelligent person in the room, does it?
So Karabag, just for a bit of context, are third in the Azerbaijan league.
Wow. I mean, do we know the teams that are first and second?
Zira?
No.
And Somquat.
Somquat. So the third best team in Azerbaijan currently. Never mind the best team in Europe. Again, we're back to Gareth Bale again here, aren't we? Not even the best team in their town, probably. And he's calling them the best team in Europe.
Oh, dear.
Where is it? Azerbaijan. Wow. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. They should just take social media off these people. You shouldn't be allowed social media unless you've got an IQ over 5. Just take it off them. Ban them all.
I think I'm done with football for another week. So let's move on to a bit more chaos, a bit more randomness. Rain and puddles causing the end of the world, apparently. And we'll go.
It wasn't the rain or the puddles. Who caused it?
Brazilian. Apparently, Lando.
This is really. I have had multiple arguments in the last 24 hours with people, mainly me abusing them quite heavily for what they've said. How can you explain to me in any normal terms why it was Lando's fault? I mean, I'm not defending Lando here. I'm just defending sense and sensibility, can I just say? I know he's English, but can someone please explain to me why it's Lando's fault?
Because apparently he drove over a curb that had got a puddle on it, and the puddle then flipped onto the track.
Flipped. All right.
The water then.
He drove through the puddle.
Yes.
And he managed to stay on the track. But the puddle moved 6 inches, 8 inches, maybe 10 inches. And everyone else lost their mind and drove into the wall. And it was Lando's fault. Yeah. Because he went through the puddle first and caused the water to move at such a vast rate. It didn't disperse into the air like it does in every other Formula One car when you hit a puddle, as we've seen. That's why we have to ban racing sometimes, because the water goes up into the air. It actually moved the water in such a way where it was like a river, and it ran across the road in, what we're talking, 3 seconds, and made other people crash.
But the first 2 people that came across it were fine.
When the first car hit it, he didn't disperse any of the water when Oscar hit it. So the other guy, when he hit it, it was still there in the exact same consistency as it was when Oscar hit it, and he crashed as well.
And the next guy.
Yeah. That's what people trying to say happened. And they wonder why I lose my marbles. I was just like, how? If he could have done that, 10 out of 10 to Lando for doing it, right? That is Mario Kart style fucking racing. Brilliant. If he could have done it, you should get an extra point for doing it because it's fantastic planning. However, he can't do that. This is impossible. You know, it just.
If he can do things like that, he shouldn't be in Formula One. He probably should be saving the fucking planet because he can
He should
move
be working
water
for
with his
NASA, probably
mind.
head of NASA. Yeah, or head of some massive computing company that can make things disappear. It just, again, why are these people allowed social media? Why are they allowed a voice? Because it shouldn't be allowed, should it? If that's your opinion, I'm sorry, but you've got something wrong with you, haven't you? Something very wrong with you. Because I understand you're defending your guy, and maybe it's an Oscar fan that came out with it. Maybe I spent too long in the sun yesterday. How is that a legitimate way? Lando moved water. This is not the Bible.
It's not Moses.
It's Formula One. He moved water and planted it under his rival's car, who happened to be 2 or 3 cars behind him, can I add?
Yep.
I mean, he's literally... Yeah, my mind is totally blown again. Again, just idiots.
And then we did all of this. So Oscar died in the water pool that was thrown at him.
Almost drowned, I've heard people say. It was that much water.
That basically Lando fired out of his rear wheels intentionally.
Yep.
That missed Antonelli.
This take the whole Red Bull claim of McLaren putting water in the tyres to cool them better to another level now, because has he actually sent the water out of his own wheel?
Yes.
Nobody thought of that, did they?
So the water that was in the tyres...
Red Bull might have questioned it had they been anywhere near anyone to even know it was happening. They were that far behind. They don't even know it's happened yet. They're still trying to get around the track.
But they're another conundrum. So in the sprint, yes, he's not catching the front 3. But he's there and thereabouts. He's within a couple of seconds of Russell. It's not a disaster. Yes, he's not, challenging for the win, but it's not a disaster. So we go into qualifying, and Red Bull decide they're going to completely change the setup of the car and actually turned it into a tractor. Now, I'm not a mechanic, but I think what you did might not have worked. Just going to put it out there.
I thought they weren't allowed to change the car. The race
sprint weekend.
Right. I mean, can I just say sprint weekends are stupid anyway? But so they can change the car when then?
After the sprint.
After the race.
After the sprint. Yes, because that's classed as now a separate entity of an event. So you set up your car for that, then set up your car for the Grand Prix. It didn't work. So what I think, and we don't have confirmation of this, Red Bull are going to get up this morning in Brazil and they're going to put in a brand new engine. They're going to reset up the car and you will start from the pit lane, is what I believe they will do.
Try and do what he did last year and win from...
because what they've got right now isn't going to work. I don't know what they've done. Apparently the balance was better, but then you just couldn't drive it. So, yeah.
So, if they change... So they can't change the car though now, can they?
If they take it out of Parc Fermé, yes, but then they have to start from the pit lane. They have to literally remove it from the grid and say, we're going to redo the car, we'll start from the pit lane.
Right.
Which means by lap 2 is probably a pit stop.
Have they got a brand new engine left?
No, they can take an engine penalty, can't they? Because that's what I mean. If he's going to put it in the pit lane, they'll take the engine
penalty. They're just doing what they want, doesn't it? I mean, where's the penalty going to come in then?
Starting from the pit lane is the penalty. Because you'll lose probably... By the time all the grids got round...
Basically, once you get a Parc Fermé, you can just do what the fuck you want to it, turn it into a space shuttle, and put it back on the grid, made by NASA, and it's going to be... This is like Mario Kart then, so when you get that rocket thing and you get to catch up because you're so far behind. I mean, that seems a little convenient, doesn't it? That you can
it's always been the way. Always been the way.
I'm not blaming. I'm not saying it's because of Red Bull. It's something I didn't understand, so I'm just questioning the
It could make today's race interesting at least because Max
Is it
is
going to
going to
rain?
be possibly. It's Brazil. Who knows? I won't say yes. I won't say no.
It's not scheduled anything. I know it rained as they came to the track yesterday, hadn't it? So I mean,
Don't think they ever schedule rain. It's not a thing. You can't pre-book it. You can't plan it.
oh, you
No.
can in England. They're always. I was looking around them for something that would give me some sort of times on when the race might run, and I can't find anything. When's the race on?
5 p.m. my time, so midnight your time. No, 1 a.m. your time, because you're now 8 hours.
Oh, I'm watching that then.
Right. According to Google, there is a 20% chance of rain all day, basically, in Brazil. So it may or may not.
Interesting.
So
after all that, it was pretty much Lando has driven almost Lando-like the last 2 weekends.
No. Well, he has, but before we get to that and Lando and what he's doing, Bortoletto, my God, how have you walked away from that?
Wow. Yes. So this was me last night watching this, and I couldn't talk to you about it because you weren't responding to me. And I don't have any other F1 friends other than one other guy who responds to me, usually about 4 days after the event. So I had no one to talk to about this. What the hell was that? Did he? I mean, it almost looked intentional to hit that barrier there. I mean, that was a big hit, wasn't it? I mean, There's not many times you ever see an accident in Formula 1. I remember Max Verstappen's at Silverstone, and I remember the guy who got flipped upside down. Was that also Silverstone? I think it was, wasn't it?
Zhao, yeah.
Yep. There's not many times you watch them and you wince. You're usually quite used to. And when he hit the barrier, I was like, "Fuck, that's got to hurt." That is a big smash at your home Grand Prix. I don't know what he's done. It's almost like, I mean, someone says like it felt like he'd put the handbrake on. It was a big hit, wasn't it?
I mean, he's tried a late move into turn one, and I'm guessing it's still damp on the inside. And as soon as he's kind of gone, the rear end's gone. Apparently, from what I've seen, I think he hits the first wall and it causes a 32G impact, and the second one is 56. I think I read it said. So that is
weird. I mean, with all due respect, I'm dead if I'm in that impact.
And he just gets up and walks away from it. I mean, the strength of them cars is insane. Literally,
it's almost insane. Like I've said this, and I know this is going to probably be a bit stupid, but how can you survive that in a Formula 1 car? Yet at 40 mile an hour in a road car, everyone's having their head severed. I mean, where's the difference in, some road cars? I mean, some of these road cars they got today, you bump into a lamppost and the whole thing falls apart. You nearly die. But yeah, you've got to survive. I mean, if you're in a Ford Fiesta and you have that crash, it's game over, isn't it? I mean, they're literally just writing a letter to your mom.
Yeah, the millions spent on Formula 1 cars, though, and the strengthening they put into them, just
the millions spent on road cars over, from everybody that buys one. You would think that this would start to translate into something in a road car where they're a lot safer than they are. And you don't seem to see that. For a guy to survive that crash, he's in the only car probably in the world, other than probably an Indy car, where he survives that crash. Because in any other car, you think if you're in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a, Bugatti, you're just dust, aren't you, in that crash? Literally, just, they'll just sweep you up and start the race again.
Only did he survive it, he was actually back at the track ready for qualifying, but the car wasn't ready, which is just unfortunate. But yeah, he was ready to drive again, got in the car.
I mean, it wasn't ready. They needed a Meccano set to put that back together. I mean, was there a panel not absolutely decimated?
They actually rebuilt it in time, but when they went to turn it on, it wouldn't start.
I mean, again, I take my car down to a garage and they can't change 2 tires in fucking less than 3.5 hours, yet they can rebuild an entire car. It's just, it's almost like they're in another world, aren't they? Yeah. It's just another world. I know they've got 20 mechanics around it instead of one, slightly drunk guy who's changing my tires, but it just beggars belief that it's the same world, isn't it? I mean, like I said, that crash, the second time I saw it, it made me wince. I was like, that's bad. That's a big crash.
Bearing in mind, Formula 1 is in a world where drivers can move water at will. So fixing cars in 3 hours is pretty basic, if we're honest.
Maybe it is something out of the Bible, Formula One, and we just don't know. I've never read the Bible. Maybe it's in there, and that's why it's like this. I don't know. I mean, the moving water, surviving. I mean, how fast will they been going? 180.
200 before he
hell.
hits the brake, he's doing over 200 miles an hour into that corner because it's
I mean,
one of the longest.
Jeremy
runs.
Clarkson said it's the stopping that hurts, isn't it? If he'd have just not hit the brakes, he'd have been fine. He'd have just done a George Russell and sort of gone around the outside of the corner and cut it off. He's hitting the brakes, that's his problem. Yeah, just missed 1, 2, but he's still been in the race. He just had a penalty. Yeah, it was a big smash.
Yeah, it was. But yes, on to less sort of crashing news, seeing as that's all everybody's done so far. Yeah, Lando's driven brilliantly. Sprint quali, he was the fastest. The sprint, I think McLaren nearly screwed him over with going onto the soft tyres after the red flag. That seemed a really strange
when I
decision.
saw the restart, I was like, that look for a car that you know is confidently up there with the best. Why not just put it on a nice steady tyre that you know he can just as long as he's got grip, it was almost like they couldn't get past him because there weren't a big enough speed gap between the Mercedes and the McLaren for him to get past. So he'd have always had enough to just hold him off, even if his tyre started to go off. To go on the soft just seemed like when you're leading, I'm not sure what advantage you could have by being on the soft. It's not like he's not like he's second and we're trying to get a good start and pass him. It seemed a bit of a weird call.
Especially also that we'd already seen a few laps of the race and we'd seen what the soft tyre was doing and nobody was doing particularly well on it. So it's not like they went into it blind. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like...
I didn't hear the radio, so I don't know if Lando asked for it or agreed with it or what. I didn't hear the...
There wasn't any because it was during the red flag period and they just took the covers off and he got
red tire. So I don't know. You don't have discussions, do you? But yeah, I mean, the friend I was talking about who I do watch Formula One with sometimes, he brought up a message that I sent to him saying that Oscar just looks peerless and so comfortable from 5, 6 weeks ago. In typical me fashion, everything I've said just turned on to dog shit. And Lando just looks like a scared little child in the headlights, and it's so weird how it's flipped, isn't it? In like
completely flipped as well.
4 or 5 races. I mean, Oscar can't finish a race at the minute anywhere competitive. If he finishes, he's that far back, and if he tries to be competitive, it's in an edge. And Lando, I mean, I think Mexico, and especially yesterday with everything that was going on and all the palaver, and it's a sprint weekend, such a non-British way to drive that yesterday, wasn't it? Almost needed to DNA test it. It almost felt like he wouldn't take his helmet off and it would have been a bit of the Stig under there.
Max.
I didn't expect it. Yeah. I was like, is it definitely Lando? I know he's quite short, this guy, but is it definitely him? Or have we got... if we've got the Spanish version, is it El Lando that's coming and is he driving it? Because this is just not him, is it? So not British to do that. The British guy would have seen everything going his way and then paid for wet tyres, wouldn't he? And then just fucked it all up. Just
you see, I thought he was heading very British, though. First running Q3, we missed turn 1, we lose 0.8 of a second. I'm like, here we go. Is the Britishness arriving?
Everything was there for it to go wrong for him, weren't it? There was every reason for him to be 4th on the grid, 5th on the grid. And Lando, of probably pre-summer break, would have been 4th or 5th on the grid. And we said when he went away for the summer break, he's got to come back with a totally different mindset here. It's do or die. When there's a small chance, he's got to take it. And over the last 3 or 4 weeks, every time he's been given a sniff, he's maximised his possibilities. And that's, like I say, it's so not British. Because that's not what we do.
We were by far extremely critical of Lando the first sort of 5 months, but I think rightly so. But we weren't critical because we didn't think he was good enough. We were critical because we said you're not going about it properly. Now he is going about it properly, showing that he could do it. It was. I still say it was a mental thing with him. I'm convinced of it. It was always there was a mental block there stopping him, and something's changed. I don't know if it was.
Can't do it. And he was trying to be everyone's friend on the grid, wasn't he? Again, we've gone back to this. Everyone's mate. I don't want to fall out with my teammate. I don't want to fall out with Max. I don't want to fall out with the owners. I don't want to fall out with the people who run Formula One. And you just got to think, fuck that. This is about, again, we're going back to that. It's about winning, and it's not about being mates. It's not about looking good. It's not about being the best, nicest man on the grid. It's just about winning. Just go and win. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to think. No one looks back and think, "Oh, he was a lovely lad, weren't he? One fuck all, but a lovely lad." No one cares, do they? People look back and say, Remember when Max won 4 titles? Remember when Lewis won 7 titles? They don't look at your personality. Look at what you've won. Go and win. You know, you don't have to be. You know, you don't have to ram people off the track, but put winning first. And he seems to have just. I don't know where he's found it from. I don't know what he's done. Whatever he's taken.
Didn't just stop for a few seconds there because we had a microphone issue. Anyway, you were saying.
I was just saying that whatever supplement Lando Norris has taken, I need to take some because it's totally changed him into a new person. He's just, I'm just astonished by him, to be fair. And like I said, we sat here, not slagged him off as such, but rightly criticised him. And now you've got to rightly give him his dues. Fucking fantastic.
And I think we now go into tonight, this afternoon, tomorrow morning's race with this could be massive now. So Oscar's going to start 4th on the grid. Max is going to start somewhere in another postcode.
It's Lando, Antonelli. It's Oscar
Leclerc.
third, isn't it? Oh, Leclerc, yeah.
Leclerc
Leclerc suddenly decided that he could turn up, having been rubbish all weekend.
Yeah, that Ferrari is just strange. It's a ridiculous car. It has moments of brilliance mixed with moments of madness.
A bit like me.
It's a bit like Man United in general, actually. They're driving red,
Maybe it's
they
just
wear
the
red.
colour red. Maybe things in red are just a little bit mental. Yeah, so it's 4th, yeah.
Yeah, so I know you can't look at it this way, but if we end the way we start, Max doesn't get any points, Lando wins, Oscar's 4th. That is a 13-point swing to Lando plus the 8 from the sprint. So that's a 21. It'd be 22 points clear with 3 rounds left. That's becoming insurmountable pretty quickly, unless Lando then has a disaster.
It's basically down to Lando to finish top 3 every race then.
Yeah.
Finishing is the key thing for him then, isn't it? It's making sure you don't tangle with anybody, you don't do anything stupid, you just finish the races. But right now, he just looks peerless in the way he's driving, doesn't he? And it's quite scary, to be fair, to watch an Englishman drive. Yeah, people say, he's got the best car, but he's in the same car as Piastri, and Piastri's not doing what he's doing right now. So,
he's not in the same car. Remember, they've meddled with the Australian man's. They've ruined it on purpose.
On purpose, yeah. I mean, somebody said they've stopped sharing information across the garage now because the title's over. I'm like, literally, you dig into everywhere now. People just literally will find any sort of rubbish to say to just put a dampener on it. It's like,
and also, it's not even true because Zach Brown and Andrea Stella have both announced that nothing's changed. But yet, people on the internet know better.
They're going to suddenly start screwing over one side of the team, are they? They've not done it all. They don't just suddenly say, that's it now. Fuck you. You're a point behind. That's it. You're done. Don't tell them anything. Don't even give them tyres for the next race. Just make them go around on brakes. It's just people just say things, don't they, without thinking again.
But then the other man who's having a very impressive weekend, Kimi Antonelli. I mean, I don't buy into the hype that he's the next Max Verstappen. But so he started the season reasonable for a rookie, can't fault him. Middle of the season went horrendous. We just became erratic. But then the last third, or how far into the last third we are now, he's starting to actually look like a competent driver and competent.
He beat Russell last weekend, didn't he? And
he's qualified him ahead of him again this week. Beat him in the sprint. Beat him in sprint quali.
It's almost like your analogy of a manager, isn't it? He's is he 18?
Yes.
I mean, I was good at nothing at 18. I definitely wasn't good at driving. You know, you've got to look at this guy and think he's 18. Again, you're bringing in a new manager, you're bringing in a new driver. Why don't people just let him drive the car for a couple of years and figure out what the fuck he's doing? I mean, most 18-year-olds can't get out of bed before dinner time, and he's driving a Formula One car for a living. There's a bit of a disparity on people's opinions of things, isn't there? People are happy to criticise him as not being very good. And I understand that Toto Wolff's probably not helped him by building him up to be something he's potentially might never be. But he's 18, isn't he? Fucking hell. It's like, give the guy 2 or 3 seasons to at least figure out what. I mean, he's like, after these tracks, he's not even driven at.
No, that's true.
It's like when you get a Formula One game, it's hard enough when they've put a new track on from last season to figure it out. You're playing a fucking computer game. He's racing for real life here. It's like, Give the guy a chance. It's madness, isn't it?
So then, give me your predictions for the race that you won't see.
I mean, these aren't predictions, remember? Because I get them right. This is how it'll finish. It'll finish as it starts. 1, 2, 3.
And bearing in mind, you say this is just you've got one right in a year.
Yeah, but in the last one race, I've got a 100% record. So, yeah, I'll get manager of the month.
I mean, you are only as good as your last prediction. Fine, I'll give you that.
And I was right.
I'm gonna
Such a good
go.
prediction, my last one, that I didn't even know I got it right because I couldn't remember what I predicted. That's why I didn't text you to say I got it right because I couldn't fucking remember. Didn't know what I'd said. So I
I'm
thought I'll have to go
gonna
back and watch the podcast again.
go Lando, Kimi, Oscar because I think the Ferrari falls apart in race trim. I just don't think they can do it.
What about? I mean, but if we get some rain,
oh,
it could be anyone's, couldn't it?
if we get some rain, Nigel Mansell wins.
If we start morphing water again, but even if we don't, I mean, Brazil is renowned for
Chaos.
when it rains, shit tends to happen, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I don't want it to rain because I want it to be dry. I just want Lando to drive around boringly for 56 laps, whatever it is, and win it. But then there's that part of me that just thinks, when it rains and just stuff in Interlagos just happens, doesn't it? It's so hilarious. People are just literally every corner there'll be a crash on, won't they, at some point in the track if it rains? Because every corner people do go off at, even the simple ones. That last corner, how many years ago on that last corner where they kept going off at top of it and onto grass? I mean, about 50 cars went down it. We almost had got a runway on there with that many people had been off it. It's just literally when it rains, it is such a great thing to watch.
And then I think it's 2003. I think if you go back, so the corner that Oscar crashed at, we'd got Michael Schumacher, there was Jenson Button, there was about 6 of them all parked. It was the most expensive car park in the world. It was outside
when
of
it rains
in
Brazil. It definitely changes the game, doesn't it?
And then you've got the other year, 2010, Di Resta then crashes at the top of the hill, ends the race and the championship. So Glock 2008, Vettel 2012, he gets spun round at the start in slightly damp conditions. So if it rains at Brazil,
Lance Stroll last year
win.
Crashed onto the tarmac and then drove into the gravel.
Retired himself. I just don't think he wanted to do the rain.
I think if you're British, you're praying for a dry race, I think, aren't you?
Where does Max get to? How high can he get in that car?
So who's behind Oscar then? Well, if Oscar comes,
the rest of the field after the front three.
Who's the next ones? Is there anyone? Oh, Russell will be there, won't he? I don't think he'll pass Russell.
So you have got the grid.
I think they'll have scarpered far enough down the track by then, won't they? The top 5 or 6, maybe 6th.
So you've got Norris, Antonelli, Leclerc, Piastri, Hadjar, Russell, Lawson. Immensely funny that the Racing Bulls is a 5th and 7th, and the Red Bulls.
Yeah, but I mean, if Max is 8th and they're 6th and 7th, Max is 6th and they're 7th and 8th, aren't they? I mean, there'll just be a phone. There won't be a phone call because it doesn't exist, but there will be a phone call from somebody on a sat phone that's heavily encrypted to ask them to move out of the way.
And then there's a man that I don't think we've given enough credit to, especially in recent weeks. We've probably not even spoke about that much. Ollie Behrman. I mean, without a bad last lap, he's probably top 4 in qualifying again.
Yeah.
Finished 4th in Mexico. So I mean, I think Max gets 7th.
I got 6th.
If we get rain, I'm rescinding this prediction because he could win. But if we get a dry normal race, it could be 7th.
If it starts raining, I might get my podium speech ready because even I could win. It literally could be anyone, wouldn't it? I mean, it's just going to be a free for all. But let's just hope. I think we've got to hope for dry. We don't want the unknown this weekend. We just want a good 25 points in the bank, and we'll peter off into the sunset.
I'm too much of a sadist. Let it rain. I want the carnage. I want 5 cars stuck at turn 3 with bits
I mean, the only
missing.
good thing for me is I'll be watching it tape delayed, so I can fast forward through the endless red flags and safety cars and all the other things. Which is, I mean, it was like last weekend, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't on particularly late for me, but it was on at the latter end of the day. And red flag. I'm like, sound right. We've got to just sit here now and wait. It's like, can we just move this on a little bit?
So yes, you think it'll be the same 3. I think Ferrari will collapse because they can't do 10 laps without lifting and coasting. So I think we've covered the F1. We'll move on to our American friends over in the National Football League. And the Dolphins haven't played, so you're all right. You don't have to worry that you've lost another game.
We're doing well. We've not played yet. We played Thursday night last week, and then I'm guessing we play tonight. I haven't looked at the fixtures, actually. I watched the Chiefs and the Bills, which was just brilliant.
Yeah, that was
a great game to watch.
It was last week. I actually can't see who you play, but I'm also not wearing any glasses, so reading is quite difficult. I can't lie.
I do remember who we play. Yeah, should be. To be fair, this will be an easy win for us. We're only playing the Bills.
The Bills. Oh dear.
So what are we? 2-7, so we're 2-8, or whatever. 1-7, so we're 1-8. Yeah, we're a write-off this weekend. I mean, we'll probably not even get any points if I'm honest.
And then we play away at the Packers on Tuesday morning, as it will be for you.
So you're not playing all the weekend. So of the Sunday night games, then we've got Bills and obviously I'll watch the Bills and the Dolphins, or I'll watch the Bills and I'll see if the Dolphins turn up. Packers and East. So you're the last. See, I watched the Colts game after I'd given them a little bit of a bad review last week, and they lost. I called them useless, and then they lost.
Yes,
wow,
that was quite funny.
First time I've ever watched them ever, unless I've played Miami Dolphins anytime recently, and they lost. I mean, they were getting battered at one bit as well. I mean, they came back at the end and tried to make a game of it, but they got absolutely annihilated. Well, these aren't as good as people are making out, or the numbers are making out, so I'm right for once. Rubbish. Who else? The Bills and the Chiefs was brilliant. I watched another game that was really good, and I can't think who it was. The problem I've got is I have to watch them in a certain order because I watch
to avoid the results.
Tape delayed, and because it's American, they have all the scores on in the top corner.
Yeah,
so I
have the same issue.
I look at the weekend, I'm like, I want to watch that game, but it was like the last game on Sunday. I have to go back to the first game on Sunday and watch them in some sort of chronological order, so I don't ruin everything for myself. So I can't think who I watched, but like I say, it was the Chiefs and the Bills. Are just when you watch a sport and there's like two teams that are just at the peak, like when you watch City Liverpool probably this weekend, it's just it just takes the game to another level, doesn't it? They were just at each other for the entire time, and fantastic game to be fair.
So, how many points are the Bills going to score? I'm going to go above 40.
I think it'll be they run the game really well, so I think they'll probably beat us by 35. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, if we score a touchdown, I mean, as long as the quarterback can decide which hand he's throwing with this week,
and which direction to throw it in.
Well, if we can get a touchdown, I think it's classed as a win for us, really. I think we'll take that all week long. Season's over, isn't it? I mean, mathematically, and any other way you want to look at it, the season's definitely over. There's no playoffs for the Dolphins. I think we're only, what are we? Are we halfway this weekend?
No, this is now week 10. So it's just over
10,
halfway.
So
we're heading more towards, I mean, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're heading to sort of crunch time in the season where you're figuring out who's going to be where. Miami will be at home in Miami on the beach because they're done.
I get the table. I mean, but again, like I've said, I picked the Miami Dolphins because of the venue and where you are. At least when you're shit at your game, you can just go to the beach and you're in the sun. And that must be what they're doing because they're absolutely rubbish at NFL.
They might want to occasionally get off the beach, though, and play the game that they're meant to play. Might help.
Why would you bother? Come this far now. Why start now? I'm just trying to look at these standings of the to see who's now where. But
because we are so utterly professional and brilliant at this, we have totally glossed over the fact that until you mentioned it about a minute ago, that Manchester City play Liverpool this afternoon.
Nah, worry about stuff like that. That's just a mere technicality. That's in the future. We're going to talk about what's already happened. Can't moan about something that's not happened yet, can we?
So, the
Does it
majority of
any-
people won't get to 55 minutes of this episode. It's fine. They won't know that we missed that bit.
Can you find any tables for the NFL? I can't seem to get any.
Yes, so the Broncos are top of their little section, 8-2. The Patriots are top of their 7-2.
Standings,
Well, actually better than the Bills, but they played a game more. The Steelers top the AFC East with a 5-3 record.
So the AFC, so the first one that I come to, I don't know which one it is. They've got the Denver Broncos 8-2, the Indianapolis Colts 7-2, and the New England Patriots 7-2, and the Pittsburgh Steelers 5-3. They've all got winning records in the same league. That does typically American. That it's like you're all in the same league, yet you're all winning every week. How's that working?
Yeah, but then you go to the AFC East. So the Patriots are 7-2, the Bills are 6-2, the Dolphins are 2-7, and the Jets are 1-7. So they're just a complete split of two really good, two really bad.
Yeah, I mean, so there's two teams worse than us, isn't there?
Yes, and when you look at the
yeah.
NFC East, you've only got the Eagles with a winning record there.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So it's a strange season. Oh, the Saints are the worst team in the NFL, 1-8, along with the Titans, 1-8.
Along with the Titans. Yeah, it's a very odd sport. There's a big spread between good and bad.
Good and bad.
Yeah. No, it's something I always look forward to every weekend. I look forward to talking about it. I look forward to watching it, and I just don't look forward to watching my team, which is ironic for me because I don't look forward to watching any of my teams. So I don't even know why I like sport. It's just, yeah. Like I said, this podcast is more about counselling for me than actually knowing anything about sport.
And I think, as always, on that very crushing disappointment of you basically picking terrible teams to watch and support every sporting event in the world, I think we'll call that a day for another episode. So thanks to everybody who does get this far. There isn't many of you, but we appreciate it. We will probably be back this time next weekend, unless he's on a beach. Or unless I'm snowed in and we've got no power. It is approaching December. Anything could happen.
Both are possible. Both are possible.
So until then, thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please do like, subscribe, share, press the button in the bio, whatever you're supposed to say. And until we speak to you again, have a great week, and we'll see you all very, very soon.